Today, we are diving deep, and I mean really deep, into one of the most profound philosophies on earth, Advaita Vedanta. And we're going to use the teachings of Swami Sarvapriyananda to go on this incredible inquiry into who you really are. We're going to start with the philosophy's most central and maybe most startling claim. Right there, that's the core teaching. You are that ultimate reality. Now get this isn't some nice-sounding metaphor. It's presented as a fact, just waiting for you to discover it. It's this incredible promise that the greatest secret in the entire universe, it's not out there on the cosmos somewhere. It's right here. It's you. So let's treat this whole thing as a personal investigation, all right? We're going to start taking apart our usual ideas about who we are just to see what's left standing at the end. And this isn't just some abstract philosophical question. It is literally the most personal one you could ever ask. Okay, so first things first. Let's really look at the incredible promise that Advaita Vedanta puts on the table. This isn't about becoming a better person or improving yourself. No. It's about discovering the truth of who you already are, and in that discovery, finding this deep, unshakable freedom. So what even is this tradition? Well, Advaita Vedanta is this ancient philosophy from India, and its roots are in these incredible texts called the Upanishads. The word Advaita itself, it just means non-dual, or simply not two. And, this isn't some dusty, forgotten idea. It is a living, breathing tradition that for thousands of years has been after one thing, to find a truth so powerful, it brings ultimate fulfillment. And here's that promise in plain English. The old texts talk about freedom from the cycle of birth and death, but Swami Sarvapriyananda really brings it home for us. The promise is a complete, final solution to suffering, and the attainment of a profound kind of happiness that doesn't depend on your job, your relationships, or anything outside of you. And the most crucial part? It's available right here, right now. So how do we get there? Well, Advaita actually takes a very logical, analytical approach. It starts by systematically taking apart our most deeply held beliefs about who we think we are. You can think of it like a process of elimination, a great deconstruction of the self. And the inquiry starts with the most obvious identification we all have. We point to our chest and we say, "This is me." But Advaita says, "Hold on, let's look a little closer. Are you really, literally, this physical body?" Just think about it for a second. The body is an object, right? You can see it, you can touch it, you feel it, and it is constantly changing. I mean, the body you have now is totally different from the one you had as a baby. But your sense of I, that feeling of being you, it feels constant, doesn't it? And awareness, consciousness, it's on your side. You are the subject, the seer, who is looking at the body. How can the one who sees be the same as the thing that is seen? Okay. So if I'm not my body, then I must be my mind, right? My thoughts, my feelings, my memories, my whole personality. That feels way closer to home. That's the me I know. But again, Advaita pushes us. Let's investigate. And here's the next big step. Just like your body, you can actually observe your mind. You can sit back and watch thoughts just appear and disappear. You can witness feelings of joy one moment and then sadness the next. Your mind is always changing, sometimes dramatically. So who is the one that's aware of all this change? You. You are the constant silent witness. So you see, you can't be the mind for the exact same reason you can't be the body. It's just another object of your awareness. So if we're not the body, and we're not the mind, then what in the world are we? After you peel back all of these layers of what you're not, this is where the philosophy points to something truly profound. There's this fantastic ancient story that just nails this whole idea. So 10 men cross a dangerous river. When they get to the other side, they're worried one of them drowned. So one guy counts everyone, but he forgets to count himself. He only counts 9. They all panic. Each one counts, and each one makes the same mistake. They start weeping because they're convinced the 10th man is lost forever. Then a wise person walks by, sees what's happening, points to the man who's counting, and says, "You are the 10th. See, the 10th man was never missing. He was the one doing the looking the whole time. And that is the big realization. After you mentally set aside every single object you can perceive, your body, your breath, your thoughts, your feelings, what is left? Well, the one thing you can't possibly set aside is the awareness of them. You are that pure, simple awareness, the consciousness in which all of your experiences happen. You are the 10th man. But hang on, because this discovery that you are pure consciousness, that's just step one. The next part is even more radical. This is where we expand that understanding from just you to the nature of all of reality. And this brings us right back to the name of the philosophy Advaita, not two. The implication here is absolutely staggering. The pure consciousness that you've just discovered yourself to be isn't separate from the universe it's perceiving. There's only one non-dual reality. Not two things, one. Here's a beautiful way to get your head around this. Imagine looking at the ocean. You can see thousands of different waves, right? Each one has its own shape, its own size. But are there really thousands of different things there? No. There's only one thing, water. The waves are just what the water is doing. They're temporary forms appearing in one single substance. So the final mind-bending conclusion is this. Just like those waves are nothing but water, the entire universe, every star, every person, every single thought, is just an appearance within that one consciousness. It's like a dream. The dreamer might feel separate from the characters in the dream, but the entire dream world isn't separate from the dreamer at all. It's all made of the dreamer's mind. So, what's the point of all this? I mean, why does this matter? Well, this is not just some philosophical game to bend your mind. This realization has a profound practical payoff that can completely transform how you actually live your life. The ultimate goal here is something called Jivan Mukti, and that literally translates to freedom while living. This isn't about waiting for some reward in the afterlife. It's about experiencing a deep, stable freedom right in the middle of your everyday life with all of its chaos and ups and downs. And this is that tangible payoff. You can finally stop frantically searching for happiness in things because you realize fulfillment is your actual nature. Fear starts to lose its grip because really, what can truly harm consciousness? You start to engage with the world more freely from a place of fullness, not neediness. And love transforms. It becomes the recognition of that same self, that same consciousness in everyone you meet. This distinction is absolutely key. There's a story the Buddha told about two arrows. Life is going to shoot that first arrow of pain, sickness, loss, disappointment. It happens. It's unavoidable. But suffering is the second arrow. That's the one we shoot into ourselves with our mental reaction, our story of why me. When you realize you are the witness, you gain the space to not fire that second arrow. So we'll end with this final thought to chew on. Think about a movie screen. Tragedies, comedies, dramas, they all play across it. But the screen itself is never burned or torn or changed by any of it. So if you are that screen, what does it really mean to be untouched by the movie of life? That is the freedom Advaita Vedanta points to. It's a mystery that isn't out there somewhere in the world, but it's right here, waiting for you to solve it.